Another 100 run has been finished. This time is a TBC dungeon called Magisters Terrace. So I'm going to jump into this dungeon and I'm going to run it for you guys. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome back for another dungeon walkthrough. It's Saturday, so we're going to look at another dungeon. This time is, as I said in the intro, TBC dungeon, Magisters Terrace. Let me just show you quickly where you can find this place, where it's located. Because this one is a little bit more, not tricky to get to, but it's not as simple as some of the other ones, because you actually need to take a portal to get to this little island here in Eastern Kingdom. You're going to take it from Sathra City in Outland. It's in this little middle section, the big beacon that it lights from the sky, or I don't know where the light's coming from, but it's from in there. You just fly around in it. It's on the bottom floor, the main floor, and there's a portal to this island. You will be ported down here somewhere in one of these houses here, or on top of it or something, and then you just obviously run up. You cannot fly in this place, you just have to mount up and run here. Or if you like me, running faster than a ground mount just in your cat form, you can also do that. But let me open Looter Placer. I've been trying to make this intro for 13 minutes, as you can see now. So let's reset it. Oh, there we go. And that didn't even reset. Let's run the dungeon. I've probably pushed it around. There we go. So you can see how fast it is as well. It's not a particularly long dungeon, and it's also quite easy to exit because there's a portal device at the end where you can actually exit it. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. One way in, a portal out, and then reset and rinse and repeat. And yeah, you don't really need a speed set. I think I do it in about 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't really need anything specific to run this place. Not even a druid or anything like that, but obviously I always recommend a druid for the dreamwalk. In most cases that is very useful. This one is not particularly useful, or definitely not needed. You can still do it, but it's not needed. But in terms of loot, you know, TBC dungeons doesn't necessarily have the most amount of transmog pieces that you go for or want to gather, but they do have some, obviously some TBC specific blues or epics and stuff that you can get, which you cannot get in any other like place than TBC content. So obviously you're going for those, but also, as the same for most of the TBC dungeons, you're going for the epic recipes, the BUE epic recipes for crafting, which is really good. Like, most of them are really like quite expensive, and if you do manage to get some, or get one of them, you can either sell it as it is for a bit of gold, or you can learn it, which is what I do. I learn the recipes and then I will craft the transmog piece, because that will in the long run make you more gold than just selling the recipe off one time. But besides that, there's nothing much to get from in here. It's nothing too interesting. There's like, to be fair, you will see it in the loot later, there's not a lot of loot from in here. So if you don't get a recipe, there's no materials either, there's no mining, there's nothing else than just the transmog. So if you don't get lucky and get a recipe or something like that, like a world drop epic BOE, something like that, you will not make a lot of gold from this place, and not even like just steady gold or anything like that. So not the best TBC dungeon to run if you are looking to do transmog or making some gold from TBC dungeons in general. So yeah, there's definitely better choices out there. But before I actually continue, the reason why I'm standing still here is it's quite important to kill the boss first, or engage the boss first, and then kill this pack here. Because if you kill this pack right here, the boss will go into like a minute or a minute and a half of RP, and you just have to stand down and wait. If you kill the boss first, it only has a little bit of RP, and then you can kill. Then he will eventually die, and you can loot him. So make sure you engage the boss first, and then kill that pack. Otherwise, you'll waste a lot of time. And as I said, this is the portal, or the escape from the dungeon. You just press it, and bam, you are straight outside. You spawn all the way down here, and then you just have to run up. Up there, of course, which is where the entrance is. And one of my viewers on YouTube asked me about this place, if I can showcase it in some way, because he believed, or he got told, that in Cataclysm expansion, when that came out, this place was destroyed and that the Sunrail was destroyed as well. But as you can see, it's very much intact. So I'm hopefully you got you watching. Here you can see it's very much intact and it looks beautiful. So nothing happened to it in Cataclysm when that launched. But as you can see, not that much loot. For the quick eye, you can see down here that I do have a recipe that seems to be epic, or that is definitely epic quality. So that is pretty exciting, right? But let me go through the loot. There's a little bit of green, a little bit of blues, some recipes, some enchants, formulas as well. So let's just go through it. Oh, and I don't even know what time it is. Well, about 3 minutes probably, 3.5 minutes. But let's go through the loot. We got a axe here, Glorious War Axe. I've sold a lot of these. This is quite cool looking, I'd say. Definitely more unique or interested in the most axes in the game. But it's not that expensive. It's only 724 gold, 0.02 set rate, so that's decent. We got a weapon here, or a sword here, which is 2k. Not the best, like just 2k. 2k is nice, decent value. 2.4, 2.5 for a polearm here. Again, these are like okay value. Like I've deemed it worth it to try and sell it off and post it on my auction house. We've got a 2.3k staff here. Pretty boring. There's like 1,000 of these specific models here, just in different recolors or different leather, rubber, whatever that is on the handles. There's a million of these, so this might not never sell. But 2.3k, all right. I'm gonna try and post it anyways. Then we got a bow here. No, not a bow. I said that when I live streamed as well. A gun, of course. We got a gun, which is 9.3k, which is pretty decent. Almost 10k for this gun here. If I can sell it off for that price, I'll take it. We got a little bit of these primal nethers as well. Materials, not that many. I use mine for crafting, so I'm gonna keep them and send them to a different character where I store all my materials. And they are used for crafting, so I'm just gonna keep mine. Then we have some blues. We got 2 of these axes here, war axes, crystal forced war axe. Wow, that was hard to say. 1.5, not the best, but 0.04 sell rate. That is pretty damn decent. So these will probably sell up pretty quickly, and like 3k, I'll take it. We got some gloves here, nothing too special about them. They're like purple, look quite nice, I guess. But 1.9, we got 2 of them. We got a shield here. Again, nothing too interesting about the shield. It's a bit small. 2k for this. We got some gloves, I was about to say. We got some boots, which is 3.4k. Again, all right. None of these have like a decent sell rate, except for the axes here. But like 4k or 3.4k is all right, I think. So hopefully they'll sell. And then we got a staff here, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool looking as well. Like, yeah, I think it's pretty cool at least. 25k, so that's pretty decent value at least, and 0.02 sell rate. So this is a pretty good piece actually. I was pretty happy when I got this. It, again, is not like it's not crazy valued or anything, but 25k for a 0.02 rated sell rate, well, weapon or transmog, which is pretty decent. So I'm happy with this one. Then I got this staff, this ring here, which is probably fake value, but apparently on my server is the market value is set to 61k, which is probably not true. I don't know why people would buy it for that amount. And you can also see the region sales average is only 345 gold. So this is probably never going to sell. I'm going to post it probably in 6 months time. I'm going to take it out and delete it anyway. So not the best, but I just, it says it's 61k gold here. So we'll see. Then we got a formula here, which is 1.9. And then we got 2 of these potency formulas, enchant weapons, enchant, which is 40k gold on my server at the moment. I got 2 of them. So that is pretty good. That's like 80k there in just formula. So I'll take that. That's pretty good. Then we got a tailoring outline Outland Tailoring Recipe, or pattern as it's called, Cloak of the Black Void, which is 8.9. Again, I don't think I have this actually, so I'm going to send this over to a tailor of mine, and then I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to craft the Cloak of the Black Void, so I can sell that off. But yeah, a recipe, almost 9k, that's pretty good. And then, I mean, to the big item, but it's actually not that insane, because it is a pattern. It's a leatherworking, outland leatherworking pattern, which is called Wind Scale Hood. I don't have this either, so that's pretty good, because I'll learn it and I'll craft it. But it's 50k gold. Like, you can get a lot of other recipes or patterns that is much more expensive. But again, I'm happy because I don't have this particular recipe or this particular crafting. So I'm really happy with this, because I'm gonna learn it, as I said, and I'm gonna sell the transmog. I think this is actually my 4th epic pattern recipe plan from the TBC dungeons that I've done so far. So that's good. That's really good. I got this one in the first 10 runs actually. After that, it's been pretty much downhill since. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a good piece. It's one of the items that I'm going for in farming the TBC dungeons, and obviously any transmog that the dungeons has to offer. But this one was pretty poor, if I'm not gonna lie. Not the most interesting, and not well, not that interesting, just to say. Let's just put it like that. But let's press this macro. Let's see how much gold I've actually made, or how much gold I actually have in my bags. And as you can see, it's not amazing. 277,000. Not great. It's like 27k per 10 runs or per hour. So not the best. You can definitely find a lot more interesting dungeons in TBC. I've done a lot of videos on other dungeons in here as well, in TBC as well. So go check them out, because there is a lot more interesting stuff to be farmed if you are going for transmog and the epic recipes. You can even get some materials in some of the other ones, but go check them out. They are on my YouTube. So but yeah, that was it. That was the dungeon for this weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. I mean, that helps me. Comment if you've gotten anything better. I mean, to a side note as well, you can also farm this on heroic, because you can get a mount in here. However, you can only do 1 per character per day, so it's going to take you a while to do 100 runs if you want to do that. But you can get a mount in here as well on heroic. So comment if you have that, because I do not have that mount, which is pretty annoying, having to farm a dungeon 100 times when you cannot get the mount and you don't have it. But yeah, comment if you haven't, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And follow my Twitch, it's Little Fix with double X, of course, as it is here on YouTube. And I'm of course gonna link the script. Well, I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below if you want to get the easy access to Twitch. And other than that, there's nothing more to say. Then have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.